We're under lights at the Stadio Sergio Lanfranchi and the outskirts of Parma as Italy's Zebre hosts South Africa's Stormers in United Rugby Championship Round 3 action. Taking a look at the lineups, Zebre have made 3 changes to their starting 15 from Round 2's win over Munster. 8th man Giacomo Ferrari starts this week with Giovanni Licata on the bench. In the back line, there's a change at fly-half. Giovanni Montemauri drops to the bench. His replacement last week, Giacomo Da Re, starts at 10, while centre Giulio Bertaccini drops out of the 23. Luca Morisi moves to outside centre, and Fetuli Paea earns a start at 12. There are 2 changes on the 5-3 bench too. Gianpietro Ribaldi and Patricio Baronio miss out for hooker Luca Bigi and scrum half Gonzalo Garcia. Massimo Brunello going for that 5-3 split. For the Stormers, the visiting side, Stormers have made 1 change to the starting 15 from Round 2, with Ben Jason Dixon coming in at 7, while Dave Ewers drops out of the 23. The other changes are on the bench, where Leon Lyons, Stefan Ungerer and Jean-Luc Duplessis miss out. Lone Nell is set to make his debut. Warwick Gelant will be making his return from a calf injury that has kept him out of pre-season. And Dieval Divenacher will be playing his first Stormers game since 2018, set to earn his 94th cap, having played in Italy for the last 5 years. There's also a first appearance of the season for front rower Sazi Sunday, with John Dobson going for a 5-3 forward split. While looking at the fixture list for the opening rounds of the United Rugby Championship, fans of Zebre Parma would have been a little concerned, I suspect. They finished 16th out of 16 teams for each of the last 3 seasons. But following an away trip to Wales, the Parma club would then host the champions of the last 3 seasons in succession. After securing that bonus point away to Cardiff, Zebre knocked over the 2022-2023 champions Munster with a 42-33 victory at this venue in arguably the shock defeat of the tournament so far in Round 2. But now they take on the 2021-2022 champions, the Stormers, before they face the defending champions Glasgow in Scotland to begin Round 4. But the team that currently occupies 16th on the table, the Stormers, without a point following their loss to Ospreys in Round 2, come in search of not only a win, but a bonus point as well to surge up the standings, and a performance that warrants it as well. The manner of their loss to Ospreys might have been somewhat concerning for the Cape side, who well remember the inauspicious start to last season's campaign. The Stormers in the blue and white hoops have made their way out already. Zebre Parma in the yellow with zebra trim over the shoulders. Referee for this evening's fixture is Chris Busby, the Irish referee from He was refereeing Zebre against Dragons. He refereed Zebre's first URC victory as well, incidentally, did Chris Busby. Mark Patton, fellow Ulsterman, is the TMO tonight, while Filippo Russo and Franco Rossello are the 2 assistants. So just about set under lights in a fixture that has traditionally been dominated by the Stormers, who will have kick-off. Yuri Mattia ready to get us underway. This Round 3 fixture of the United Rugby Championship underway on the outskirts of Parma. It's Zebre who have ball in hand and immediately look to go to touch. A little scrappy. I'm delighted, though, to welcome alongside me a man who played for the Springboks, amongst many others, over the years, having played in South Africa and most notably in England as well, Tinus Delport. And Tinus, first up, what do you make of this fixture, Zebre against Stormers? Zebre coming off that remarkable victory over Munster.
Absolutely. If you take into account last weekend's match, this is certainly going to be a big challenge for the Stormers. Traditionally, they do dominate this fixture, and you would have expected at the beginning of the season, when they saw this would have been one of the matches they targeted on their initial tour. They set out themselves to gain 8 points and 2 wins. They are under pressure to perform tonight to get the first win.
Dweba with the first line out. Moves the ball in. This is lovely running. Paul de Vet swings it out quickly, looking to break through the Zebre defence early on, are the Stormers. De Vet again, just working it towards some of the big men who want to take it forward into the tackle. De Vet, he's got such a crisp pass from the deck, does Paul de Vet. Wanting to go beyond Yuri Mattia. A little bit of help coming in from the forwards again. Quick hands. First the take by Tiernison. Didn't take it into the tackle. A little help from the big forward Sti Sithole. Ruben Van Heerden goes for a little drive, but doesn't make too much yardage. coming in from the wing. Hartenberg looks to whip this ball out wide. Stormers opting to run this every time. They're working through the phases in the opening minutes of this URC fixture. Critical one as the ball spills free. That'll be a penalty to the Stormers.
Yeah, the Zebre Parma player there, Fischetti, offside. There was a tackle, so that's an offside line. But Zebre Parma very patient on the defence. You can see not committing any defenders to the ruck and the breakdown. The Stormers have to commit 3 or 4 players, and that allows Zebre Parma to really come off the line and put the Stormers' attack under pressure. Unfortunately there for Fischetti, the ball just shot out and instinctively he picked it up from a offside position.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think it was nothing short of instinctive for the Zebre Parma captain, Danilo Fischetti. Didn't start the first fixture of the season, but has captained the side in the victory over Munster and indeed today's fixture over Stormers. Searching for victory, but looking to draw first blood, Stormers. And Matteo makes no mistake from the tee. Stormers into the early lead, the champions of 2021-2022. Side that has made the playoffs in all 3 United Rugby Championship seasons. They made the final in the first 2. There's Giacomo Da Re, one of the rare breed of individuals who can kick with both feet. Busby in charge of this fixture. The Stormers with the early lead. Da Re is very high and rather deep as well. A little confusion between who was going to claim that. Eventually it's brought under control by Willemse. Just guarding that ball. Goes high.
Yeah, solid exit here by the Stormers. Probably would have hoped for a bit more distance there, but they were secure on the restart. They stayed within the 22 and Paul de Vet able to kick it out on the full, contrary to the exit by Zebre Parma that allowed the Stormers to build into that penalty.
Tommaso Di Bartolomeo was all the way to the back. It's a very, very good line out. And playing scrum off was Samuele Locatelli. That ball out very quickly. Now Fusco quickly through the hands towards Luca Morisi. Fusco just took a boot to the face there, but finds his captain Fischetti, who's driven back in the tackle. They maintain possession though. Fusco again. Finds Da Re quickly towards Prisciantelli. Looking to join the line, the Argentine from Buenos Aires. Parma will be absolutely buoyed by their victory over Munster. First victory over the Irish side. It's a wonderful take under the high ball. The Vet again. Using Van Heerden. Takes 2 to bring him down. Again, this time finds Willemse looking to break through the line himself, and that's going to be another Stormers penalty.
And it's great to see Damien Willemse back in action after that injury. Springbok fans will certainly be delighted to see him back. Of course, with Warwick Gelant on the bench, 2 very dangerous attacking players for them, but that is inexcusable. You have to kick out.
So not finding touch. Taken forward by Zebre. They've got the opportunity to either run it at the Stormers or indeed clear their line. Great pressure from the Stormers though. It's Fusco who takes the responsibility on his own shoulders. Stormers looking for a little space here, and Willemse has found some. De Vet picks it up, doesn't pass immediately. Eventually sends it out as far as Tiernissen. His work at the breakdown has been steadily improving, something he's been working on in pre-season as well. Given the opportunity in consecutive matches for Stormers at the start of this season, Marcel Tiernissen. De Vet again finds Ben Jason Dixon. 26-year-old returned from Springbok duty a couple of weeks ago. He's had some trip to make his way to Parma. Off the bench against Ospreys in round 2. Picked up by Leolin Zas. And Duplessis providing a little bit of protection for Zas and the ball. De Vet out again. Mathieu gets past one. Onto the 22 now, the Stormers. And that's just been dropped by Joseph Dweba. Da Re puts it on the left boot. Well, that's an excellent kick by Giacomo Da Re.
Brilliant kick. Bounced off. Into touch, under pressure. It's that turnover on the left foot. A lovely little break there by young Yuri Mathieu, but he's just got to be careful with that offload. You've got to make sure you see your support runner. Don't try and force it. Be patient in attack. Build those phases. And that's how you're going to break down the Zebra defense.
Dweba. The line out. This time they go to Jody Schikkerlin. Goes high again. It's brilliantly taken. Not on the left wing. Simone Gesi getting under the ball for a little space. What Stormers don't want to be doing is seeing the ball out wide towards the likes of the very, very speedy Gesi or indeed Jacopo Trulla, who is incredibly tricky and is chasing this ball as well with Prisciantelli. Here is Trulla. There's a knock on though. Fortunate for the Stormers, disappointing for Zebre.
Yeah, he was brilliant last week. Trulla, also Alessandro Fusco at 9. So dangerous, recognizing that moment where he breaks close to the ruck. The Stormers defenders around the ruck will have to have their eyes up. This time though, unfortunately for Zebre Parma, the ball goes forward from the contest. And it's another scrum to the Stormers.
You're right, certainly about Fusco. Trulla and Fusco were the only two teammates to score two tries each last weekend. Between them, beat 11 defenders, made 5 clean breaks. Right up there in terms of top stats. So Trulla and Fusco, the two that Stormers will be looking to close down. Stormers, though, I think one of the big areas that they'll be looking to work on is having conceded 10 penalties and 10 turnovers in the loss to the Ospreys. That's got to be an area of concern that they've got to work on, not only in this fixture, but going forward.
No, absolutely, you don't want to give your opposition easy possession. You've got to look after your possession, but those 10 turnovers and 10 penalties definitely hurt them and gave the Ospreys the opportunity to really get back in the game and then go ahead and get the result. They'll also be very disappointed with only 60% scrums coming into this match. Normally an area where the Stormers are very strong.
So 10 minutes down. Stormers on the scoreboard. Zebre yet to get on the scoreboard. We've seen a couple of fixtures already in the URC this round that have... that's going to be Zebre ball.
Matteo Nocera on the tight head side. Too strong there for Sti Sithole. Buckling under pressure, not being able to stay straight.
Yeah.
Losing his bind, pouring in, then Sithole unable to deal with the pressure.
I mentioned some of those scoreless at half-time fixtures. Leinster holding Benetton to a scoreless half-time score. They were 28-0 up at half-time, but the biggest margin of points between two teams at half-time ever in URC was Lions earlier today against Edinburgh. They were leading 48-0 at half-time. Long again. Bartolomeo spot on from line-outs, and Zebre are pushing forward here. They're using the big men, but they've got superb runners in the back line looking to make their way through the Stormers' defence now, finding a little gap potentially. It was Fusco who was looking for it initially. Now it's Nocera looking to go on the drive.
positive opportunity here, lost by Zebre Parma. That man Ruben Van Heerden, as ever, involved on the defensive side, the tackles. But they've got another penalty here. We did mention the penalty counts for the Stormers last week against the Ospreys. They're going to have to be very careful not to give Zebre Parma the opportunity. They've got that ability to use the forwards in the attack and also those dangerous backline players.
Certainly do. Giacomo Da Re there, earning his first start for Zebre. Bear in mind he played for Benetton previously in the United Rugby Championship and has made 2 appearances off the bench for Zebre so far this campaign. Gets his first start. Montemauri is on the bench for today's tie. Must be just stopping that line up before it had taken place. Get accurate from the line out. Tommaso Di Bartolomeo, the 23-year-old at Zebre since last year. At the back, holding on to the ball and rip it out, but they've almost done themselves a disservice here of Zebre. He's allowed Stormers to take a little cover over the ball, but they can't take advantage of that moment. And penalty to Zebre. There's an injury concern here.
Another penalty there. Not being able to stay on your feet. Try and steal the ball. Good work there by Schikkeling and Tienersen though. And there we see Tienersen. Hands past the ball. You've got to stay straight onto the ball and stay on your feet. Lovely defensive work coming through, working their way through that driving maul.
John Dobson, man in charge of the Stormers, director of rugby and head coach. Surrounded by his technical team. It's already a concern. Giacomo Da Re looks like he's got some blood from the scalp, and that means Giovanni Montemauri is on already. Man who turns 24 this month, but who started at fly half in the opening 2 fixtures for Zebre this campaign. Maybe just a clash of heads with Ben Jason Dixon.
A brave fly off, getting himself involved there. There he goes in. It's not a place for a fly off to be.
Stormers under pressure. Zebre certainly have the tails up. They're a side that are high on confidence. Oh, that's going to be Stormers' ball.
Another big driving maul defense. Ruben Van Heerden again involved, getting through, getting those long levers onto the ball. Unfortunately for Parma, not able to get the ball out and allow their backs an attacking opportunity. Ball got stuck in there. Big scrum here for the Stormers. Their previous scrum on their feet. They got the penalty against. Parma will definitely be targeting this scrum to apply further pressure to try and get the Stormers to make a mistake. They have to exit here.
And watch Trulla blindside as well. He is so good on both attack and defence. He's got blistering pace, particularly off the mark.
Key here for Parma is just be patient. Don't go for an early engage. Don't be too overexcited. Just get your timing perfect. We've seen some quite contrasting scrums already
all the respective sides in the opening 15-odd minutes of this tie. United Rugby Championship round 3 action at the Stadio Sergio Lanfranchi on the outskirts of Parma. DeWitt can't feed, and that'll be a Stormers penalty. Sti Sithole, Joseph Dweba, Neethling Fouché, the front row for Stormers. Sti Sithole had an initial struggle against Matteo Nocera, but no trouble this time. Yuri Mattia sends it to touch.
What a turnaround. Look how low they are. You can see there Nocera, his feet slipping away underneath him, going down. Much better scrum from the Stormers, much lower, much tighter, forcing the penalty.
A lot of dew on the surface. We'll be getting a little wetter as well. It might get a little slippery underfoot as well for some of the players. It's something you learn to play with over time, but it still can be a little tricky. That's a lovely move. Keke Murabe involved. Quick feed off, and that ball has been lost forward. Disappointment for the Stormers.
Yeah, frustration for the Stormers. Good ball to the front pod. The dive coming around. Joseph Dweba, they're not able to control the ball when it goes to contact. An ideal position here for Zebre Parma to strike. Middle of the field on the 10-meter line. Options both sides. All they need is a solid platform up front.
Neethling Fouché, those in the front row for the HL Stormers. Not only an excellent rugby player, an excellent golfer as well. I know the head of player affairs at Stormers, Duncan Cruikshank, has lost a lot of money to Neethling Fouché on the golf course over the years. Most of his teammates as well.
Tight, there is no right to be good on the golf course.
Titus, you were never really the golfer type, were you?
Never. I'm a dynamic ball person.
Zebre using dynamic ball here. That is surely forward. Working it out towards Gesi, who's still going, and held to his feet. Mairua Nel. Great to see him back as well, only recently returned from injury. He and Damien Willems among those returning from injury. Quickly out, but that was well forward by Montemauri.
Well forward. But they were targeting that wide edges. If that ball didn't go forward, they still had a couple of runners spare. Hard pressed there by the Stormers. Little loop around, but unfortunately it went forward.
Do need to be aware of Simone Gesi. Bear in mind, he was one of those who was named in the URC Elite 15 for 2022-2023 URC after scoring 11 tries in the season.
Zebre Parma has always played a lot of rugby, ball in hand. They've just not had all the results last season. They always showed signs of a confident attack. That is just that dominant Stormers scrum.
Well, that is so good, it's filthy. I mean, that is just beast mode. That is incredible from the Stormers. In the 20th minute of this tie, Zebre kept scoreless, but that's the second time that the Stormers have not found touch. And that is critical error.
Critical error by Mattia. He's good off the tee, but he's got to work on that touch finders.
DeWitt. This is better. Behind the defensive line. On hop though, that bounce is relatively kind, and Zebre an opportunity to send that ball forward. Fusco scrambling back. Very kind bounce for the Zebre scrum half.
As much as that is a loss in territory for the Stormers, loss of possession really, psychologically it also takes a lot from the forwards. You're expecting to set up that line out, that opportunity that comes from there, get stuck into your position, forward pack, and then the fly-half goes and doesn't kick it out.
All set up very nicely, but small errors, but critical ones. A little concern here for Damien Willemse. He's making a lot of carries in this game. Hit by a few, including Giacomo Ferrari. "20 minutes down, Stormers maintain their lead. Yuri Mattia penalty, the only score so far. John Dobson described this fixture as far from a gimme. Taken short by Dweba. Chris Busby does not approve. So we'll have that again.
Yeah, and the Stormers after this first quarter will be a little bit disappointed. 57% possession. They play the same play to get the starter going from the line out.
And this time it's been knocked on. Third handling error. This time it's Willemse.
Very scrappy. Game management is not going well. Yuri Mattia touch finders from penalties, not finding the touch. Now another unforced error. You've got to be careful there, in control of this match so far, attacking wise. Just again giving away opportunities, allowing Parma to be in the game. How dangerous they are on the attack. It's one score and suddenly the whole dynamics of the game changes.
Yeah, I think Zebre running in 6 tries last weekend, one of the best performances they produced in the URC. Their highest points tally in a URC fixture, beating the 37 they put on the board against the Sharks in that 37-42 loss to the South African team a couple of seasons ago, before they actually beat the Sharks 12-10 last season. So they have beaten South African opposition before, Zebre. But I think the impact of Massimo Brunello, the new coach, has been phenomenal. And they've been so good with ball in hand. Among them is Luca Morisi, great Italian, play inside or outside centre. The Stormers here.
Solid defence.
And they've forced the penalty.
That man Ruben Van Heerden again. He goes through such a lot of work, but it's this double hit. Tennyson and Morabe driving back the ball carrier, then back on their feet. You see there, coming in. Ball gets lost and turned over.
Yeah, massive double hit. Keke Morabe, one of the players who quietly goes about his business, but lets his rugby do the talking, certainly. I think there were some concerns when Hachiba Raimani left for France. Many would have watched Keke Morabe so far and thought that they have more than an able replacement in him in that position.
Yeah, very dynamic boots to fill with Daimani's absence. Such a dangerous player, not just as a loose forward, but also in the wider channels with that electric speed.
Giacomo Da Re is making his way back on. A lot of head padding as well. Picked up the injury earlier. Just in a clash of heads, but not a clash of heads. And a penalty awarded to the Stormers. And we are going to see a review.
I'm going to look out, but you don't need to shout at me like that, okay? Just post it to their job, but we'll go have a look, okay? To Tam over
Look at that. The Ruben Van Heerden here.
the screen. Say these columns are very bad, so we're just going to have to look at what we have.
Coming from quite a distance with a lot of force. After this very positive tackle. You see they're coming in. The question is, does he make contact with the head there on Fischetti?
Neither of those two angles really help us, but we don't have a contact point. Maybe this one. It's not enough, and that's number 5 anyway, right? Number 5 blue. But
doesn't seem to be full-on contact with the head, certainly from the angles that we've seen so far. This is under review at the moment. Here's the incident. Fischetti comes over to try to protect the ball.
Yeah, he came in from the side and hence the
not in
penalty.
those angles, right? I think, Mark, we've seen sort of 3 angles now. None of them really show us contact point. Do you have an angle that does show clear head contact?
He's not retreated behind the feet.
Yep.
Couldn't come in from the gate and then gets dumped by Ruben Van Heerden. Cleared out.
Yeah, but
Marcel
there's
Tennyson
no
there.
clear head contact there, right? Guys, we don't need you. I will come to you, but I just don't need you right now, okay? Marco, are they all the angles you have? Can you hear Timo? Can you hear him? No.
Looking at this incident over and over, what they're trying to find is an angle where the referee can potentially see some head contact. There's no angle that shows any clear contact, and to be fair, the referee was perfectly positioned to make the call in the first place. His positioning was spot on.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any clear evidence. Van Heerden also attempts to wrap with his left arm. His right arm, you can see underneath there. He's not tucking it behind the shoulder, so it's not a shoulder charge.
Van Heerden spent some time playing in Europe, of course, playing with Exeter Chiefs in the English top division before returning to South Africa to play for Western Province and the Stormers. And a man from Alberton who turns 27 this month, Ruben Van Heerden. Just a look from the match officials trying to establish whether or not there was head contact between he and Fischetti.
Yeah, we have seen all the angles now, and this is where the match officials have got to step up, make a clear decision. If there's no clear evidence, it's about speeding up the match and the game. This can always be reviewed afterwards. There is a process to cite a player if there is clear enough evidence. But they will have to make a decision now because the players are starting to get cold, and more importantly, there's going to be frustration brewing.
That's right. If it's not clear and obvious, it should continue. The referee was on the spot, made an initial call. He's clearly been directed to review this. He's seen the review from every angle available, and I can't see anything clear and obvious. Dan du Plessis with a thumbs up. So Stormers will go for posts. The decision stands. Stormers penalty and an opportunity to go 6-0 up in this game.
I was surprised Ruben Van Heerden didn't get a look into the Springboks of this last test series with all the injuries that was there in terms of the Springbok locks.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I also think it's going to be interesting to see what JD Schickerling does from here on in, because he was certainly in the Springbok conversation before he left for Japan. Now that he's back after 3 seasons in Japan, where he developed more of a rounded skill set, maybe there's a look in for him. Matteo from the tee, it wobbles, but it clears the posts. Through the posts, over the crossbar. Matteo, with his second penalty of the game, gives Stormers a 6-0 lead away in Parma.
Still retaining that 100% record. Just needs to work on his touch finders. Otherwise, it's been a solid start for the young player.
No, heavily bandaged Giacomo Da Re. Early head clash. Bandages all the way around. It's fairly comfortable. Centre pairing, Danilo Fischetti and Ruben Van Heerden. We'd love to have the opportunity to run at Zebre a few times, I suspect. Prisciantelli gets under this nicely. Da Re joins the line, but he's hit hard by Dixon. Fischetti looks to advance Zebre's cause, but he too is tackled cleanly. Zebre still in possession, looking to run this. Fusco out quickly. Prisciantelli in that fly-off position. Giacomo Da Re. Big clear out again. Fusco. Gesi dances his way beyond one and manages to do so. Gets past Schickerling. The big men again. It's not been an overly successful ploy by Zebre so far. Hit by Ruan now. Wrapped up very quickly. Zebre are losing any advantage that they'd gained in the last few passages of play. Stormers not offside, flirting with that offside line. Now Fusco, is he going to change matters for the kick from the base of it? Indeed he is. That was knocked back by Matthias, and no concerns. Taken down by Tiernissen, and then to advance that cause, that's going to be a Stormers penalty. It's the angle again from Fischetti.
Another penalty there by Fischetti, driving in from the side. And this is where they need a little bit of patience. They have retained 4 contestable kicks so far this season in the URC. The Stormers, though, up for the cause. They've been able to regain that possession. But Fischetti there, over-eager again. Driving in from the side, off his feet, another penalty.
So, touch is found, and Guebo will have the throw. Taken by Schickerling. Zas coming around, joins the line to vet quickly. Moving it nicely. Van Heerden initially with the carry. Stormers looking to work through the hands and work the phases as well. Was that a knock on? There's calls from the Zebre players. Stormers have won another penalty, this time in a very handy position. Now, are they going to go for posts or look for touch? Problems for Locatelli.
Initially, I thought he was quite good there on the ball. But Mr. Busby deeming him to have had hands on the floor before he contested that ball.
So, go for posts from here. Give yourself a 9-point advantage. That means at least 2 scores for your opponents. Always a handy lead in rugby. Mattia, still 100% from the tee. Mattia, he's got all 9 of the Stormers' points so far. They lead away in Parma. They led in, what was it, 13-3 effectively at this stage in the game against Ospreys, and they went on to lose that 37-24. They recognise that a game is certainly not done at this stage. Here's Massimo Brunello, the head coach of Zebre Parma. You've got to give him some credit the way he's transformed this side. They're playing with an air of confidence that we've not really seen from Zebre in the last few seasons. Murabe again wants to take that ball
and use it
into the tackle. Balls have used it. Duvet goes high. Prisciantelli knocks it on.
You see that? So first of all, it's a knock on over here. Knock on by goal, then by blue. Blue's from.
Yeah, and the cruel bounce of the rugby ball. Last week it was bouncing towards Parma. This time it's just bouncing away. Difference though there, Paul the vet with a very contestable kick. Allows Leoland Zas to go up and compete.
Could you stay on there
And put Prisciantelli under pressure.
I'll keep them square, stay square this side.
See the bench there, eager to get on.
A playful lot. Stormers bench. Lone Nell will be looking forward to making his debut for the Stormers, I have no doubt. This gains incredible height. There's Lone Nell. An opportunity to see him with this fixture. He's going to be used in lineouts. Despite being a flanker, that's another Stormers scrum that is proved successful.
Just a collapse.
Another penalty on the stroke of half an hour.
Tight end collapse.
Matteo Nocera. His debut for Zebre in the opening round of last season's United Rugby Championship against Ulster. And from Marino. From Carpi.
Okay, on your front man, please.
That's 7 penalties conceded now by Zebre Parma.
7.
Not allowing them any time on the ball to build any pressure.
Over.
Rami again using that ball, swings it out wide. They have the options. Zas is a long way across from where he is, but he's making some ground, good yardage. Hartenberg looks to cover again. Murabe to take it into the tackle. Brought down by 2, including Nocera. And swinging the ball, Van Heerden now. Stormers happy to take it into the tackle. Van Heerden. De Vet. Switching the angles, using Willemse. Really breaking through the line. That's what the Stormers are seeking. Seeking a first try of this game as well. And that's well turned over by Zebre. Prisciantelli eventually brought to ground. What a lateral running from the Argentine fullback. The Stormers, for a moment, they looked like they were shaping up as if they had turned it over themselves. Giacomo Da Re gets away from the set piece. Spent a lot of time at the base of the set pieces as the fly half. Pressure under the high ball, but it doesn't show as Mattia takes cleanly. Vet uses that backwards, picked up by Tiernissen. Takes it up toward the halfway line. Here's Schikkeling. Mattia. It's going to be very comfortable mark.
Yeah, too far.
10, please, let's take a step.
Contestable kick was up as an option. They were going backwards. It was a bit scrappy ball there. Back's timing was off. He decided to go for the high ball, but that was way too far.
Goal on the line, Franco. Goal on the line, yeah.
Ball just shot out there.
Goal on the line, please.
Yeah, concerns about a knock on that ball, just bundled out the legs. Able to swing it wide.
No walking in, form.
Whoever's got the throw. Plenty of dew about on the surface, so ahead of every line out. Literally mopping the moisture off the ball. That's why using those high kicks under lights is also so effective, particularly with the moisture on the ball. Schikkeling again. The Western Province Youth System, SA Schools man. Prisciantelli. It's been excellent under the high ball so far. Trulla gets himself in as the forwards are still some way away. Fusco.
Yes, it's inside. Stay onside, yes. And use it! Inside.
The Stormers have certainly limited Zebre from using their wider players very much in this game.
Just put Zebre in the line, it's clearly inside.
To a certain extent, you could argue that Zebre have done the
On
same
the line, please, Captain.
of the Stormers. Just over 5 minutes away from half-time. No tries in the game so far.
I think the story really of the half for both sides are those missed opportunities. Too many penalties being given away by Zebre. Stormers with 2 opportunities to set up from missed touch finders on penalties.
More.
Got to use this opportunities they have.
Robert eventually works it to Dan du Plessis, his first season captaining Western Province and Stormers. Dueba to break through the tackle. Being driven back, and that's going to be a knock-on. Disappointment from the man whose ball handling is usually exquisite.
Yeah, over-eager again. The ball is wet, it's dewy. Get the ball on the floor, pick it up from the floor. I know you want to try and keep continuity and keep the speed up. Pull the vet there, put the ball on the floor. Let's make sure we secure our possession. We might have to slow it down a second.
I can't hear anything there. I'm not sure who's speaking, but...
And another unforced error. The Stormers won't be very happy about.
Bouchier, Joseph Dueba and Sti Sithole in the front row, opposite Fischetti, the Zebre Parma captain, Tommaso Di Bartolomeo and Matteo Nocera. No, the Stormers is going to put in another exceptional scrum. Nocera got the better of Sti Sithole early in this game. Since then, it's been virtually all Stormers in the scrums.
And chase. Early pressure.
Early pressure, free kick. This is what makes Zebre Parma so difficult.
Paea with a beautiful pass out wide towards Gesi, who puts his boot on the ball.
Inside.
It's very nicely collected though. And we work back towards the opposite side of the pitch. The good diagonal kick. Prisciantelli looking for a little movement. Finds Trulla. Trulla can get going. He's got a wicked sidestep, but he's hit by 2, including Ruan Nel. Zebre Parma managed to maintain possession though. Fusco to Da Re, and he's dropped it. Immediately apologetic hand up to his teammates. Giacomo Da Re, blood seeping through the bandaging. Wound on the scalp early on in his fixture. His first start for the Zebre Parma side.
Great opportunity here for Zebre Parma.
I'll give you a second. We need you.
No real pressure on him there. The only pressure there was to get the ball out wide to his dangerous runners. Spelled it.
And that's the thing, he had so many options because Krumov was in the line as the big forward, but they also had the opportunity to go the way of the likes of Paea, Morisi, and Prisciantelli was looking to cut into the line as well. This Zebre Parma side
Just
a little bit of industry in that build-up.
Three's good, is it?
Just the concern.
Over
Matteo Nocera.
I'll stay this side now.
Looks like a boot on his back.
Okay, everybody's up. Tap up. Good breakfast. Breakfast good that time, yeah.
Stormers are here on 58% possession so far this half. 6 defenders beaten, 55% territory.
I think the one thing that stands out for me in this game, though, is the quality of the challenges, the tackles. How many clean breaks have you seen in this game?
Okay, hold it the mark, please.
There's been 1 clean break.
That's
very
that's
organised
defensively.
Great defensive sets by both teams.
Right. Bind. Set. Way too much movement, fellas. Okay, too much movement both, okay? A little bit both ways. Clean the studs, let's just go inside, okay? Let's go inside.
So, again, the surface a little moist. It's getting chewed up by the respective packs.
Stability on the head's been good, but that wasn't
Zebra's
good, okay? Both of you head and hold, okay?
forwards weigh 913 kilograms combined. Stormers 917. So you're looking at nearly 2 tons on the pitch, which gives you an idea of why the grass is being chewed up and why they're needing to move the focal point of this scrum.
Well, I think remember all those weight is what they put in the programs. I think there's a few more extra kilograms on the pitch.
Stepping back, take the weight, please, goal.
Nocera is certainly unhappy with the call from the referee. Ball comes out quickly. Zas wants it. De Vet, again, crisp off the deck. Lovely hands in towards Matteo. Again, no way through the Zebre defence that has been excellent so far, and that'll be another Stormers penalty.
Clearly in the side, through the gate, please, Captain.
Through the gates. Not for the first time in the game.
Many penalties now breakdown. We've Zebre for in the side off feet. It needs to change if someone goes to the bin. This player's clearly in the side.
There's the warning. Too many times they want to disrupt that attacking flow.
Number 2, side entry.
Side entry again, this time by Di Bartolomeo.
Fellas, what's the
Just
call?
before half time,
Okay.
Yuri Matias is going to go for the long kick. Clearly they're in from the side, off his feet. Oh, he goes for touch.
Oh, guys,
Initially looked like he was going to go for the big penalty from halfway. He decided to go kick for touch.
How many, fellas?
See if they can create anything from this line out.
6.
Dobson heading towards the change room already. The man who's 54 this year. Former hooker who played at Western Province in years gone by. Also played in Italy, incidentally. Played in Portugal as well.
Fellas, no, this is the last time I'm going to speak to you. You called 6 and then 7 come. I will free kick next time. Okay? Said 6. So it's 7. Okay? I will free kick next time, lads. All right? Time on.
Fair warning from Chris Busby. He called 6, 7 arrived.
Thank you.
Still about 2 years long. It's only just held on to, but it is held on to importantly. Here's a break. The vet is through. It's going to be the opening try, and it's Leonard Zas who scores for the 2nd consecutive week for Stormers. Brilliant break by De Vet, and Stormers just seconds before half-time have the first try of the game. It's come not on the wing, but from a winger.
Lovely little play there. Looks like Morabe breaks away. He's got the big NFL fake run.
Thanks. Thanks, Mark.
The vet gets it off, and it's always a great channel to attack that area between the forwards and the backs from a line out. Very hard to defend. They haven't moved over the 1 meter from the driving maul, so the backs can't move up in defense.
Important kick. This conversion means that the Stormers are now 3 scores clear of Zebre at half-time, who become the 3rd team today in the United Rugby Championship to be held scoreless at half-time, after Benetton and indeed Edinburgh. Wonderful, wonderful line-out movement. Kick, and Morabe shaping as if he had the ball. The vet had it, feeds to Zas, who'd come around from the line out, uses his pace. Clear break, and a man who turns 29 this month, potentially with an early birthday present for himself. Up to half-time, Stormers with a late try in this half. They lead Zebre Parma by 16 points to 0 at half-time. Penalties before that. So the DHL Stormers find themselves 3 scores clear of their hosts this evening. Krumov on the left of your screen, Prisciantelli on the right, and Giacomo Da Re in the middle. Just a moment ago, it is Da Re who will change angles. The left-footed fly half. Sends it high and deep. Taken by Ruan Nel. It's quickly closed down by the Zebre standouts. Among them, Luca Morisi, man who made his test debut now over a dozen years ago. Called the vet. Tester here for Prisciantelli. Comes up trumps. Moves it into the path of Da Re, who's hit hard. Again, Ruan Nel. initial contact. Fusco nearly through the hands of Prisciantelli. This time it's Locatelli who's hit hard toward the halfway line. Zebre in possession. Prisciantelli goes to boots, just to lay it in over the head of any of the Stormers players, and that's wrong side of the corner flag. In the Stelport.
And as they started the first half with an error from the restart, after 1 minute in the second half, another unforced error gives all the momentum back to the Stormers in a great attacking position.
Well, that's a foot away from being perfect.
The last two games been very poor.
A foot is still a long way on the rugby field.
It is. One you need to take away. Let's get back to the setup, okay?
It's such a strong defensive set by the Stormers. You see how quickly they get off the line in the face of the Zebre Palma attackers. Right decision by Palma to go for territory.
Speaking of faces, there's a few bruised faces already, particularly in the front row. Neethling Fouché and Matteo Nocera sporting a couple of bruises in the early stages of this tie into the second half. We'll see some changes as the match progresses.
Set!
Certainly many looking forward to the debut of Lonel for Stormers, and indeed the return of Jewel Diebenacher and Warwick Gelant. Keke Murabe quickly
Not
the base.
straight under pressure.
Matteo around to Devent. It's a low, flat, crisp pass out towards Hartzenberg.
Away goes!
It's brother Munir with the Free State Cheetahs. Willemse looking for the long ball out towards Zas, taken by Ruanel. He's hit by Morisi, but not tackled. Actually brought down Devent. Van Heerden again, Matteo. A little bit of a juggle before being taken. The referee says no advantage. We'll come back for the penalty to the Stormers.
Yeah, another monster scrum there by the Stormers. The referee, Mr. Chris Busby, allowing advantage to be played. And Damien Willemse there with a wide ball outside to look at an opportunity, almost intercepted. And that's how Palma got back into the game against Munster. That one turnover interception, and then suddenly their tails are up. But look at that power. They stood the first initial hit, and then with a long scrum, drive again, straight through. Penalty Stormers, and another opportunity for Yuri Matteo to aim for posts.
Matteo, 3 penalties in the first half, including one in the opening minutes of the first half. Successful again. Sets the uprights, and Yuri Matteo with his 4th penalty. Stormers up to 19 now. Zebre have yet to score in this fixture at home.
Looks so comfortable off the tee, solid strike.
Number 3, sub.
Never even looks like deviating. But
so, yeah, you're right. Just to touch on that. Juan Pitinari making his way on now, the Argentine prop makes his way on for Matteo Nocera. First represented back Zebre back in 2019 as a permanent player, Nocera, but now he's off. A man who's been Zebre since 2022. Pitinari is on.
And it feels they had to make that change. That scrum has been under pressure from the get-go.
First arriving on the ball. Tackler's rule clear, then he's first arriving clear left, I think.
This time held on. Murabe, penalty against the Stormers. First opportunity, really, you feel, for Zebre going their way. 19 points to the deficit. They're going to have to go to touch.
We're in the line, Filippo, yeah. 5 minutes? 6.
Turned badly in the tackle, is on his back there.
Yeah, that's Locatelli's set that up effectively. Zebre with the penalty. Oh, stolen in the line out by Schickerling.
Offside.
That is an offside call against Zebre Parma, so Stormers will have the penalty as well. Win the line out
Over
and
the
then
line of touch.
claim the penalty.
Great steal there by JD Schickerling. They got a lot of height in that Stormers 8. Schickerling 6'8".
Number 5 offside.
Van Heerden 6'7". Ben Jason Dixon, 6'6".
And wait till you see 6'2" Lonel make his way on. Some height that he can generate off the turf.
Yeah, you said his horizontal jump or his vertical jump is the highest in the team.
It is. Despite being a flanker, I expect to see him used in the lineouts from time to time. Certainly much to look forward to off the bench for Stormers this evening. So far, the starters have managed to produce the goods. They've yet to concede a point to their hosts, and they lead by 19. De Vet again goes high.
Back.
Ball knocked back.
Back by Blue.
Fusco in possession. Has this gone too far? It has.
It's just inside there. Stormers half-backs.
After that emotional high of beating Munster last week.
You want to scrum?
This is a
it's
very
just
deflated performance by Zebre Parma so far. All those unforced errors. Fusco this time
just
kicking it too long.
No, I think it's just the side of the half. That's where I had it as well, yeah.
Been some big results so far in the United Rugby Championship. This round 3. Connacht beating Scarlets 24-23. Glasgow Warriors beating Cardiff 52-36, 55-21. Lions over Edinburgh. Bulls beat Ulster 47-21. Leinster beating Benetton earlier 35-5. And the Hollywood Beds Sharks scoring a try after the hooter had sounded to win 33-30 at Dragons. Munster and Ospreys currently on the pitch as well. Only one try in that fixture. And Stormers find themselves 19-0 up against Zebre. Second match on tour. Stormers know after this they've got to visit Edinburgh before returning home for a round 5 clash with Munster. For Zebre, they've got the defending champions in their next fixture. The Glasgow Warriors in Scotland to begin round 4. This though, the Stormers ball.
Yeah, and then the Lions away.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, at home. That could be a game that they target. Very tough start for Parma.
I don't see you getting straight go for it on both sides like we discussed. No.
An away trip to Wales and then playing the last 3 champions in succession is a very tough start for any team, and certainly for a side that's finished bottom of the standings for the last 3 United Rugby Championship seasons. There's always going to be a less than ideal start, you would have imagined, but that victory over Munster certainly buoyed the spirits. They might be dampened here by the Stormers if they can manage this fixture from here on in. Spoke about them looking for 2 victories away from home on tour.
Advantage.
Murabe looks to take full advantage of this. Sidestep, blasts his way past Fusco, puts the shoulder down and just goes through the scrum half. Swinging it now, Willemse goes to Boots, asking Hartzenberg to chase. Nel is there as well, advantage over Prisciantelli, running laterally again. He's hit hard eventually by Dixon. Ball to ground, still inside their own 22 are Zebre being driven back. Some real power here from Stormers. Dixon though might be in the spot to bother if he doesn't get away. Zebre trying to make use of this. Krumov is over it. Fusco's there. Takes responsibility himself, does Fusco. And maybe just hooks that a little more than he was expecting to. Doesn't gain much of an advantage.
He doesn't look happy after that charging run by Keke Murabe. Interesting that the referee shouted advantage over. I thought that was for a penalty advantage. I didn't see any handling errors.
So Zambonin is on for Parma. Andrea Zambonin turned 24 last month, the man from Vicenza. Just a debut against England a couple of years ago. He's been in Zebre now for a good few seasons. And in all 3 United Rugby Championship seasons so far for the Zebras. Fusco's off and Garcia is on as well. Run by Hartzenberg. He's wrapped up through the tackle. Zambonin is among those holding on to him. De Vet off the deck. Met again.
No hands!
Stormers going through the phases. Schickerling.
Okay, let it come now. No hands. Leave it, Captain.
To be had. Fouché. Very quick hands. Willemse now. Van Heerden again. It's for a way through. Standing firm, stoic in defence. He really allowed one clean break from the Stormers so far in the game. It led to a try. Right on the stroke of half-time as well. Zambonin protesting to referee Chris Busby while he's on the turf. Matteo. Lovely handoff to Murabe. A little space for Zas potentially. And that's disappointing. From a Stormers perspective, the handling error. There's an advantage that was being played.
Yeah, Stormers looking dangerous when they have that quick recycle. The ball gets away. Games seem to have loosened up a little bit. Unfortunately, they've slowed it down at the breakdown again, Palmer. But Yuri Matteo there, taking on the line with the offload.
Beautiful offload, and then Murabe breaking through.
Under pressure, Zas there spilling the ball.
Yeah, to be fair, Prisciantelli got himself in a really good position to put Zas under pressure.
Time off, Phelps.
Time off.
We've got a sub, so number 10 sub.
So we're going to see some changes.
Time 5.
So Matteo makes his way off.
Well, lads, I can't hear. Send them on.
Scored all but 5 of the Stormers' points so far. Some interesting warming up by Andrea Venter. Scored a try at his test debut against Portugal in July this year in Bloemfontein. Good to see captaining the Stormers side. There's Krumov.
Crunch!
So Warwick Kalant is on for Yuri Matteo. So Willemse will move into fly half.
Oh, and that power scrum. Neethling Fouché.
Captain.
Palmer's going to be in trouble here. Their own feet.
There are too many penalties at scrum now. I know you're under pressure, but when that pressure comes on, you need to go back straight, not the ground or put it around under pressure. Okay? The penalty's here. The next one is going to go to the bin. Clear message?
It's a very clear message.
Just there.
Short and sweet from Chris Busby. The next one is going to go to the bin.
How many, fellas?
Willemse
6.
Puts the ball out
6
for
man.
the line out. Damien Willemse, he can really play anywhere in the back line, Damien Willemse. Phenomenal
2 meters,
rugby player, 2-time Rugby World Cup winner. He made his debut against Argentina back in 2018. And he's impressed ever since.
More.
Good line-out win for the Stormers. 5 metres out now from the Zebre line. Can they find a second try? Breakthrough is on. Is there a spin to come? Oh, they're still holding on to it. Ball on the deck. Bounces around, but there's no knock-on, no hands. Dixon hit low by Ferrari.
Ball lifted.
Stormers driving. Again, applying pressure on the Zebre defensive line. They need some stoic defence, and they'll do well to keep the Stormers at bay from this position.
No!
So far, they're up to the task. Stormers looking for a way through. There are bodies piling up. The ball is not yet over the line. Trying to recycle possession here.
On the line, goal!
Effectively on the line are the Stormers. They need to make less than a metre to the line. Whoever looks to go. An offside advantage being played to the Stormers. De Vet swings it. A little sidestep here, and it's a breakthrough, but it's not going to be over the line.
Stop the tackle.
We're going back for the penalty advantage, I think.
Yeah, Mr. Busby there, the best defender on the pitch.
Okay, they just stop for the player here.
And he's not going to allow that.
Like I said, that's just stop for the injured player here and here.
So Chris Busby had made it clear that we are stopping play for the injured players. So Marcel Tiernesen thought he had gotten away with one. The referee had already announced we're stopping the time, stopping the clock. That's some brilliant defence though from Zebre in many aspects.
The last penalty, they've cleared him forward, you've pulled around under pressure.
It's definitely one of the aspects of their game that's stepped up this season. Driving more defence, disrupting the Stormers, driving more there. Close quarter defence, throw their bodies on the line.
We don't have that, but we will do with it, okay?
Unfortunately, have gone offside.
Okay, number 1 and 2, yeah.
And another penalty. This penalty count is getting out of hand here against Zebre Palma. That comes from sustained pressure by the Stormers. 12 penalties conceded so far this match against the 4 by the Stormers. They're under pressure at scrum time. They're under pressure at the breakdown, giving penalties away because the Stormers, it's just wave after wave of attack.
Okay, guys, we're going to scrum. Let's go. Okay, time on. Scrum ball.
There, Mr. Busby getting in the way. Have to stop the game, unfortunately.
So back for the penalty advantage to the Stormers. So nearly an hour gone. Zebre yet to get on the scoreboard here at the Stadio Sergio Lanfranchi.
They stay in the contest, stay square.
In the town of Parma itself, more on the outskirts, this stadium.
Gap on bind, stability for the ball.
The DHL Stormers looking for their first win of the 2024-2025 United Rugby Championship campaign here in round 3. They didn't play in the first round, bear in mind, the South African teams going to the Curry Cup. The Sharks managed to snatch somehow in the closing minutes.
Bind!
But,
Set!
the South African teams having played their first matches in the first round, well, that's another brilliant Stormers scrum.
We're not stable first. Let's go again, fellas.
Yeah, lucky here. Loose head.
We're not stable first, guys. Let's set.
Fast had already down on his knees.
Okay,
Fischetti. This is an ideal position. Warwick Kaland will be screaming. Look at that blind side.
Well, have you noticed how he's getting closer and closer to the action? Warwick Kaland, desperate to get back into play, returns from a calf injury that kept him out for all of the pre-season. World Cup winner from 2019.
He wants that right shoulder up by Neethling Fouché.
Crunch!
Old school 8, 9, 15, 14 in the corner.
Set!
John Gibson does like a little old school from time to time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, this is a Zebre win.
Corner, not driving straight.
So,
Not driving straight.
is there a shift in momentum as well?
Clear step in the outside and round the corner.
They're still deep inside their own half, our host team.
Pitinari has definitely made an impact coming off the bench on that tight head side for Palma. Forcing Brock Harris to step out and then come in on the angle. He wanted a right shoulder up there for the Stormers.
Okay, you can get in there for the liner.
That was great defensive scrum by the Zebre Palma side.
Zambonin.
Okay, guys, they're making a change, but on the line, please. On the line, yeah. Yes.
2 meters too tall. So, Di Bartolomeo is done. Means Luca Bigi, the former Italy captain, makes his way onto the pitch. 4 seasons at Benetton before signing with Zebre back in 2019, and it's good for
First arriving on his feet. Play left of the ball.
Zebre side. Stormers, though, on the penalty.
First arriving.
Andrei Hufenter, fresh off the bench. And with the Springbok legend flanker as a dad, you'd expect him to be very comfortable in those situations. Straight in over the ball, strong, you're not going to move him.
7.
Great penalty.
Yeah, spot on with that.
6.
Andrea Venter, son of the relentless and aggressive former Cheetahs and Springbok flanker Andre Venter. He's currently fighting a debilitating neurological condition though, but like his father, he has got that incredible mental fortitude and resilience, does Andrea Venter. Incidentally, he's not only the son of a Springbok, but might be the son-in-law of a Springbok. He's engaged to Rassie Erasmus's daughter Nikki.
Advantage, knock on.
Advantage for the knock-on to the Stormers.
Just a knock-on the ground.
Yeah, that won't go on his highlight reel, that offload.
14 trying to gather.
A secure line out again by the Stormers to launch that platform. No foothold for Zebre Parma to get back in this game at all so far.
Well, spirit's not dampened in the crowd, it seems.
It's not what I saw.
No score yet for Zebre.
Straight
Stormers
pressure,
lead
please.
19-0. Despite the fact that they've been dominated throughout their United Rugby Championship seasons, Zebre, traditionally, that win against Munster, incidentally, was only their 3rd win in the United Rugby Championship in nearly 60 fixtures. But they are a side that have not been kept scoreless. We're just about 20 minutes away from that potentially happening at home. And that'd be some surprise given their victory over Munster last weekend. Looking for the line break again if the swing's out wide. Stormers have got a massive advantage. Keke Murabe takes it in for the tackle, hit by Ferrari. De Vet swings it wide. Willemse looks to go for the sidestep. He's held up by Paea. De Vet again. Warwick Gelant, and that's going to be through. It's a fine score from Hartzenberg, who's got a massive smile on his face and celebrates with Zas. The two wingers have found the 2 tries so far for the Stormers in this fixture. And now the Stormers lead by 4 scores.
Look at this little bit of footwork by Warwick Gelant. That allows the space for Hartzenberg. Just breaks out before contact. You can see there he's calling for the ball. Little bit of footwork, breaks on the outside, commits the outside offender, stepping in the forward.
Can I have a sip, Matt?
Slices through. Solid start there from the scrum for the Stormers with the setup play coming around the corner, and then the backs doing the job that they were asked for. Warwick Gelant making an immediate impact coming off the bench.
So David Willemse, whose contribution so far was a magnificent drop goal against Ospreys just after half-time in losing cause in round 2. Now with the kicking duties for the conversion.
Yeah, he's moved.
Yeah, under
You've
pressure.
stepped backwards, that's the start of your run-up.
And
he's allowed to charge.
Is pushed wide by Willemse, so no conversion. But a lovely try again. Willemse involved. Out to Gelant with a sidestep.
Number 9 and number 3.
Hartzenberg, great grab.
Number 3
goes between 2 defenders and dots it down.
Subs, okay, time's off. And number 1, captain. Number 1, sub.
Luca Rizzoli making his way on.
6.
The captain off.
6. Okay, just send them on. I can't really hear you there, fellas.
Rizzoli, the man from Rome.
Send them on. Yeah, we'll get the player off. Is it 6? Yeah. You're going left or right?
His debut in round 3.
Okay, we're
URC a couple of years ago. This is Giovanni Licata, the Italian international since 2017.
Yep.
He makes his way on this. Fischetti leaving the field of play. Da Re with the restart. Stormers lead. Was that conversion good? Did I miss something? Stormers 26-0.
I think they'll have to readjust that. That definitely can go over.
Yeah, certainly from our vantage point, it looked as if that had been pushed.
Advantage.
Stormers are leading.
Not on the ground.
Those unforced errors again.
13, okay, send them
not
on.
getting
13.
any chance on the ball.
Scrum.
Very poor possession statistics. Not looking after that ball. Down to 36% possession, and you are not going to win a game or create any opportunities if you have such precious little possession.
It's 14. Guys, just time off,
Scott
please.
Gregory makes his way on for the
14 or
Italian
13?
legend Luca Morisi, the 33-year-old now from Milan.
1-3, okay, 13, son.
Represented Benetton for over a
Okay, we can
decade,
go,
has
lads.
made his way off.
Okay, got a mark?
Scott Gregory, the New Zealander, is on. So while it says 26 on the scoreboard, Damien Willemsen missed the conversion for Hartzenberg's try. So should read 24-0.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Stormers massive power in the scrum throughout the game. Effectively, Zebre have only won 2 scrums. Divanata
Advantage
is
number 1.
on for his 94th Stormers appearance, but his first in the United
Listen,
Rugby
put it around
Championship,
under
having
pressure.
last represented the
2 men in the
team
scrum.
in 2018. Now, yellow card. So,
Yeah, just let him get off. Yeah.
Zebre down to 14. Divanata thought he had broken away.
Time on.
And
Stormer straight, pulling around.
this is some concern for Zebre. It's not Di Bartolomeo.
Just hold, we have a sub. Number 8, sub. 8. Number 8, sub. Is it 5?
Still plenty of smiles on at the moment.
Yeah,
Lonel is on
5
for
or
his
6.
Stormers debut.
5.
22-year-old from Stellenbosch. Big fan of history. Makes a little bit of history here.
Okay, time on.
So, 24-0, Stormers
Hold.
lead.
Hold 9! Over.
4 scores clear. To break through. It's a lovely little bit of work.
Regathered.
Regathered, no concern about a knock-on. Divanata. Oh, and that is knocked on by Schickerling. So the advantage being played for Zebre, who've got possession now, and a
Still
chance to run it.
knock-on advantage, always under
Garcia
pressure.
looks to go long, finds Paea. It's nearly intercepted, and then the handling error.
Still knock on advantage.
Still a knock-on advantage being played to
Away, Blue!
Zebre. There are 14 players against 15, bear in mind.
Away, Blue! That's taken back. Onside. Knock on advantage over.
So Luca Rizzoli, yellow card,
No one!
serving a 10-minute suspension. Stormers, can they take advantage? Palant, a little pass out wide. It's a little pop pass and a lovely little break on here. Zas just runs over Giacomo Da Re. And Stormers
First arriving on the ball, 2 players.
have got themselves in trouble. It's a penalty for Zebre, despite the massive advantage the Stormers had carved out.
Just play the penalty. Just don't get involved 14
Well done there by Jacopo Trulla. Strong run
2
there
players
by
clear left of the ball.
Leonard Zas. Got separated from his support players. Defenders were straight over the ball, onto the ball. He had to hold on, and it's a penalty. But he's loosening up a bit. And this is where the Stormers are so dangerous. The likes of Warwick Gelant, Zas, Hartzenberg, David's now on. And he's been brave. Da Re, and there he's over the ball. Can't really see whether he's on the floor or not. Straight on the ball.
Hey guys, we're going to have a sub there. 18's coming off. So we get 3 back. Just got to wait. 18's going off, fellas. So we got
genuine credit to Trulla.
3 or 4. Yeah,
Played
your
that
3's coming
remarkably
back.
well. Now,
Okay, send them
Juan
on.
Pitinari. Little
Okay, 3's coming.
concerning
Send them on.
for
18's going off.
big prop. He's off. That means Nocera's going to make his way back on.
Number 3, or number 18's going off, so they're sending number 3 back on. Guys, I can't hear you there. Just confirm that again. Yeah, he's good to go. Okay.
So Nocera is
Okay,
back
how
on.
many, please go?
Permanently signed from
5?
Chiamoro.
4 Stormers.
Zebre
1 drop, please.
a couple of seasons ago.
Okay, time on, please.
So Zebre, who posted their highest score against Munster, 42 points in their victory over the
Just stay 2 meters, please.
former URC champions. Just a week ago,
Move!
find themselves in danger of posting their lowest United Rugby Championship score, less than 15 minutes away from the end of this fixture in round 3
Number 6, side entry.
2024-2025 campaign. Zebre yet
That's
to get on the scoreboard.
6, side entry. Back foot, please.
Side
Number
entry
6, side entry,
pulled
and go
against
second layer.
Jennison.
A little bit of energy back in the Zebre Palme forwards. A lot of dynamism in that driving maul. Forcing the Stormers to go backwards, and then Marcel Tennyson having to come in from the side. See there, Schikkeling is off his feet. Not in a good position. Brock Harris filtered out. Good leg drive there by Zebre Palme to
5.
enforce the penalty.
4.
Is he ready for the throw?
Stay 9.
Up. Zambonin
Ball. Ball at the front.
takes ball at the front. Work from Venter. Zambonin. Bit of a scramble
Stay
to
back,
try to
stay.
get to him from Lonell. Zebre, the opportunity to spread it wide. They go to Krumov. Paea quickly to Da Re. Saw a gap. Wrapped up by Duplessis and Lonell. Zebre being driven back, but still have possession importantly, and then drop it. Well, the heads drop in disappointment. They look disconsolate at times on the pitch to Zebre Parma.
I'll be honest, my head dropped there for Zebre Palme.
Just need to get all his head back
Every
on,
time they seem to just get going, get something created. There's an unforced error.
Confirm the number coming off, please.
Do really good driving mauls, getting the ball away. Unfortunately, that attacking momentum being
8.
broken down
Off,
by
yeah,
a missed pass.
yeah.
Giacomo Ferrari is making his way off.
I'll make sure you're not head-to-head. Everyone can come back.
Fischetti makes his way back on.
Okay, time's on. Subs in. Yeah, let's go. Go. Just use it if a call. Yeah. It's okay.
So Zebre
Fine.
has to change because of the yellow card
Set.
for Rizzoli. Fischetti's come back
Clear,
on.
pull him back, not taking the weight. The second
Only the
time,
replacement
clearly pull
prop
him
is
back and then
still
hinge to
serving
the
a
floor, you're not
10-minute
taking the weight.
suspension for a yellow card.
Second time.
Yeah, you have to sacrifice a player so that you can have 3 front rowers on. And then just hinging there, hips are too high, under the pressure.
Just wonder how much impact Dibble Divanach has had on this squad in the build-up to this game as well. Brock Harris with a quick word for Andrea Venter. Head of this lineup. But Dibble Divanach, having played in Italy for years, speaks the language fluently, knows Zebre particularly well, having played against them as well for Benetton over the years. Plus his impact as a coach and an analyst of the game. A great chance here. Oh, that's very well claimed.
Easy mark here.
That's brilliantly claimed by the mark by Prisciantelli, who sends it to Bigi. Makes a little break, brought down by Brock Harris. Garcia looked to his right and then decided to go to his left. Fischetti being wrapped up.
Tackle away, Blue!
Warwick Calunt and Angelo Davids looked like they were well and away initially. Oh, that clever little mark by Prisciantelli, quick thinking.
The mark's here.
And then sent it. Zebre looking to take a quick touch and go into the final 10 minutes. Stormers lead 24 points to nothing.
You don't see that often in a rugby match. The toe on, going up in the air and then taking a mark from it.
On the line, please.
And clearly the intent by Zebre Parma is to speed up the game. Quick tap to get going from this penalty. Another quick tap.
5 or 6.
Unfortunately, they got called up, but they want to raise the pace of this game.
5.
See if they can change the dynamics and get something out for their attacking intent.
There's been a little bit of rain in the build-up to this fixture, but no rain today. There is a very damp, dewy surface that the players are playing on, so there have been a few too many handling errors.
One stop.
Some
don't change here. Don't change.
You would imagine down to the dew on the pitch. On the halfway line, Zebre in possession. Little break by Garcia. It's a pass out just ahead of Gesi.
It's touched. It's touched. It's touched. It's touched them. Stormers ball. You want the line out?
Just forced. Pass before contact. The defender's already focused on you. You've drawn him. Play before contact instead of trying to get the old one-arm, one-handed offload. They identified the space. They played to the space. They did everything right.
They want a scrum. It's knocked on into touch.
Garcia just needed to get that ball to Gesi before the contact, before that defender.
Okay, yeah,
another unforced error, another attack broken down.
Montemauri is back on in the meantime. Came on initially as a replacement for Giacomo Da Re, and now he's on permanently for him.
Just
incidentally, Prisciantelli, who is Rizzoli, still waiting to make his way back on after his yellow card. 10-minute suspension nearly up.
But not too much.
Prisciantelli, playing at fullback today, is often a fly half, although they've been preferred as a fullback for Zebre Parma and the URC so far this championship. And Gonzalo Garcia played at under 20 level together as a halfback combination. Dierenauer takes it quickly. Dan Duplessis sprinted out wide. Willemse in the line. Again, looking to work this ball out. There's a busting run from Fenter, Schickling back inside. Low Nell breaks through one tackle. Eventually brought down by Luca Bigi. Stormers going again, and Zas is through. He's got the support of his shoulder as well. Has he got the pace to make the line himself? He does indeed. It's his third try in 2 games for the Stormers this campaign. It's his second on the night here in Parma. And Leonard Zas does it all by himself and celebrates with Hartzenberg moments after touching down. Quick thinking from Dierenauer set up the opportunity, and then it was down to Zas.
Powerful run by Andre Fenter to set it all off. Young Lonel making an incisive run, and then that quick recycle and dart by Dierenauer. Leoland Zas running at pace on support. He had the numbers on him. He backed himself on the one-on-one. On the outside arc and defend. Another try, but it all started from a charging run by Andre Fenter. Quick pick and go and a quick recycle. Speed up the game. And Zas scores.
I can't really hear that.
So Leonard Zas was leading try scorer with 11 as the Stormers won the title in 2021-2022. Here's Damien Willemse for the conversion. Just to take the Stormers over 30 points clear of Zebre. And Damien Willemse has pulled that So 2 unsuccessful conversions, but overall his play has been right up there.
Yeah, his play has been right up there. He's been getting involved. Moved
Make
from
sure
15
behind
to
goals.
10 to the decision maker. Second conversion missed though. His head was up too early. Should keep that head down, go through the ball. And that is just a little bit of a lack of confidence. A bit of rustiness after returning from his injury.
And use
Well,
it.
Zebre inside the Stormers 22, but it's the
Inside.
Cape side that have possession. Even Aha on the left boot. Well, that's less than optimal, shall we say. Paea underneath this. Paea, the great Tongan from Nuku'alofa. He spent much of his rugby playing career in New Zealand. Quickly out from Gregory, who is from New Zealand. A little chip over the top. Could this be the first point for Zebre? It's going to be in for the score. It's brilliant from Gesi down the wing. And so far we've seen 4 tries in the game, and they've all come from the wingers. Zebre get to celebrate the first score of this game, and they will not have a scoreless result. Simone Gesi, that blistering pace, wonderful kick, wonderful vision, and an exceptional result for the home side.
Great individual effort here by Gesi. Why have you waited 70 minutes or so to get the ball in his hands? Lovely finish. They were pretty much marked up. One opportunity. 75 minutes into the match. Too pacey for Damian Willemse and Warwick Gelant.
And this is going to be hooked as well, so...
Game for Zebre Parma, apart from that game we tried. There again. So many unforced errors, penalties conceded. They put on themselves. That's going to be a hard, tough review session.
Okay. Your right foot, the left
on Monday.
Come this way. I'm left. Okay. Thank you.
And this is the quality of
Not too big a lean, fellas.
URC,
Last one was free
URC
kick.
rugby.
Okay, next one is a penalty. Hold your weight.
Quality of the opposition. The Stormers started on a low. They've certainly hit their momentum in this second match. Their processes are working. Their set piece is functioning. And that allows the dangerous players out wide to create opportunities.
And they're doing it without many of their Springboks as well. This Stormers side. One of them, incidentally, getting married today. Marnie Lubbock, congratulations. I have no doubt that he's enjoying a little bit of rugby action in between marrying his now wife, Verna-Lee Aris. Happy and successful future, we wish you both.
Yeah, but don't pull him down, okay? I'll make sure you
married out in the garden route near George in the Western Cape. Beautiful part of the world, also known for its golf courses. No doubt Yuri Mattia and Neethling Fouché among those who've experienced a few golf courses down that part of the world. But many happy returns for Ronnie Lubbock and his new wife, Verna-Lee. Indeed, Stormers look like they are going to have a very happy return here in Parma. Around the outside again, joining the line quickly to the wing, and it's going to be a cross for a score by Angelo Davids. The 25-year-old former Sevens player with a darting run down the wing. And nice. Stormers have the bonus point try.
Nice little ball behind.
You see the shot clock on the time, so...
But that is poor defence there by Gesi. Really running straight through him.
It's up to you. If you kick it after
He
80.
didn't plant his foot close enough, didn't drive through, reaching out to a
You just gotta
charging
kick
Angelo
before 90,
Davids.
okay? Yeah, so you see there's 55 left. Just 3 seconds. Okay.
Di Bartolomeo with that initial long pass. Down people to see back inside.
They're all marked up actually. That options run didn't hold anyone back, and that is just pure power on the finish by Angelo Davids.
Well, let me use this opportunity then, Tinas, to get your take on this fixture overall. As we watch Damien Willemse looking for the conversion. Now, after missing the first two, although this is arguably the most difficult, how often we've seen this one then subsequently converted.
Hold.
So Willemse for the additional two, and indeed it is good. At the end of this fixture then, the Stormers quite superb.
Thanks, Bob. Well done, mate. Well
The
done.
bonus point victory in Parma for DHL Stormers. This is the final moments of the game. Set up for the Angelo Davids try. Capped off brilliantly by the former Sevens player. It's been an evening of entertainment in Parma. If you're a DHL Stormers fan, you're going to have a massive grin on your face. For Zebre Parma, they were one play away from going forward for the first time in URC. Ultimately, it's a sound rebound after the loss against Ospreys in round 2. DHL Stormers bounce back with an away win. They now know they have got a couple of tough fixtures to come. They visit Edinburgh before they return home for a round 5 clash with Munster. For this Zebre Parma side, they are away in Scotland to begin round 4 against Glasgow Warriors, the defending champions of the United Rugby Championship. 4-try Stormers, good enough for victory in Parma as they beat Zebre by 36 points to 5.